Hello, class 9 students. Greetings of the day. I, Muhammad Zishan, welcome you to the second lecture of chapter 2, Salient Features of the Constitution. In last lecture, we studied about the two features of our Constitution. The first feature was single citizenship, and the second feature was uh, universal adult franchise or universal adult suffrage. Now, the third feature which we are going to study is fundamental rights. See, our constitution is there. In our constitution, some characteristics are there which makes it outstanding than other constitutions of the world. We are having certain rights, duties of people as well as the governments which are written in the constitution, which provides us some privileges and several other things. So, in that constitution, we are having provisions regarding to the boundaries of our country also. That is, you can say, in part 1 of the constitution from article 1 to 4, it deals with the union and its territory, the union and its territory, or you can say the state and its territory. Right now, what does that mean? What does that mean? It means that what India will be, what India or Bharat is actually is, right? The first article of our constitution tells that India will be the union of these states and its union territories and the areas which is governed by our country. Then in second article, they have told about the states, okay, and the making of the states, right? And in article 3, they have told about the creation of the new states by altering the boundaries of the states. So this is, you can say, one of the uh, feature of our constitution which is given in the part 1, which tells us about India, its boundaries, and what actually India is. Okay. Then in second part we are having citizenship, which is from article 5 to 11. In this they have described that who will be the citizen of India and how a person can acquire citizenship of India, right? Then in part third, they have written part third from article number 12 to 35. They have given fundamental rights, right? And then fundamental duties are also there, directive principles of state policy is also there, and provisions regarding parliament is also there, regarding Supreme Court, High Courts also there. Means these all are the features of our constitution. So now the thing which is most important to a human being is its right. Okay, it's right. Right means earlier we people were not having any basic right. Whatever the rulers used to say, we used to accept that. If we talk about the ancient time, okay, or you can say the period which was before 1200, 1300, and India till Mughal era, right? Or British India, we can say. British India, they were having constitution even, but before that, till 1000 or 1200 AD, we were not having, constitution, and we were not having rights. We used to consider God the supreme personality, and after God, we used to consider the king as his, you can say, uh, a person who has been appointed by God to rule the world. In India, they were called Zille Ilahi, the shadow of the God, right? And they used to rule on us, and the people were not having any right. Okay, so in 14th century, one ruler was there, or John. Okay, uh, means in that time for the first time, one, you can say, agreement was done between the people and the ruler, in which certain rights were secured to the people, which is called the Magna Carta, right? Then after that, for the first time, these rights were given in America, fundamental rights. Okay. Now, what are these rights? These rights are basic rights which you need to survive freely on earth. If I take away your freedom, or I take away your status of equality, I start considering you inferior than the other people. Okay, and I take away your equality, that freedom of movement also, freedom of speech also, and so many other freedoms. I take away your freedom of religion also. Okay, then in that type of condition, what how will you feel? You will feel that okay, you are, your body and soul is being completely ruled by someone else. Okay, and you will suffocate there, and you will not be able to survive properly, live a life full of dignity and satisfaction. Okay, you will not be having that, right? So in order to live a life full of dignity, or a life which is having respect, and in which a person enjoys its life, as well as uh, have satisfaction, okay, regarding some freedoms and equality and all, right? So those rights are called fundamental or basic rights. Okay, now we are having these basic rights in our constitutions, which have been enshrined in part 3rd of our constitution, from article 12 to 35. Although article 12 and 13, they do not, there is no fundamental right in that. In that, just definition of state is given. If we are talking about state, and what is the meaning of state? State shall not violate the fundamental rights of the people. So which state we are talking about? We are talking about the government, we are talking about the state government, we are talking about union government, we are talking about local bodies, we are talking about administrators. And even though we are also talking about courts, if the courts are doing administrative works, not the uh, jurisdiction work. Okay, so that is given in part 12, sorry, article 12 and 13. Then from article 14 to article 32, our fundamental rights have been written. Okay, so let us understand what is the meaning and definition of fundamental rights. So these are some basic rights guaranteed by Supreme Court and high courts. Okay, article 32, which is says to have constitutional remedy, guarantee it. Okay, these are some basic rights guaranteed by Supreme Court and High Courts of India, which provide condition essential for all-round development of human beings. They give recognition to dignity, freedom, equality of all human beings. So they are saying they provide condition essential for all-round development. In which type of condition you will be having all-round development? When you are considered unequal to others, inferior than others, when you are not having freedoms, you cannot, you like, you can say, study but you are not allowed to study, or you like sports but you are not allowed to play. Okay, and in that type of conditions, can the all round development of yours can take place in that type of condition? No, it cannot take. Okay, so for all round development of human beings, we need to have certain conditions in which everybody is considered equal, equality. Okay, right to equality, in which everybody is having freedom, and he is also having freedom of conscience and faith. Then he is also having certain other freedoms, okay, then only you may uh, to have all round development. So that was fundamental rights, okay. So in our constitution, so many fundamental rights from article 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 21A, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28 and 29 and article 30 and 31 was there, which has been deleted, okay, which was right to property, right. And then article 32, which says to have constitutional remedy, right. So these many articles are there, these many fundamental rights are there. So uh, if we put them in particular groups and particular types, then we get six types of fundamental rights, six types of fundamental rights. So there are, you can say, basically six fundamental rights are with us. The first is right to equality. Right to equality starts from article 14 to article 18. Then right to freedom, article 19 to article 22, right. This you can categorize right to freedom, Article 19, in which six basic freedoms are given, and then Article 20, 21, and 22 you can categorize into right to protection. Okay, right to protection also, but still we count it just 19, 20, 21, 22. Right to freedom, okay. Then right against exploitation, right against exploitation 23, 24. Right to freedom of religion, because India is a religion oriented country, okay. Religion always play a very dominant role, and Indians are religion centric, so they would like to have uh, freedom of religion. So this is 25, 26, 27, 28, and cultural and educational rights are also there, 19, 20, 19, 29 to 30. In this, the rights of minorities, okay, are there, and right to constitutional remedy 32. So these many rights are there. You need to memorize these and remember this thing, okay. Uh, as because of the COVID-19 there was reduction in the syllabus, so I hope that these many things will be asked. But even then, in our next lectures I will tell you about these rights in detail, article by article I'll be explaining you, okay. Then after that, 33 and 34 and 35, right. These three articles tells us about some exceptions, okay, given in these fundamental rights, okay. 33, 34, 35, they are not having any fundamental right, but they are having exceptions regarding fundamental rights. So this thing you should know, right. After that, in next lecture I'll be explaining you these fundamental rights article by article in detail. Thank you so much.